Good morning, Jesse, and how are you doing?
All this well, Robert. How are you?
Well, since the last time I saw you was when we had the banquet and
Oh,
I was
Robert.
there.
How you
Yes,
doing, man?
Robert. Man, I'm in the same position.
And what's
My
that?
wife's situation. Well, I bought a home here back in Indianapolis, beautiful home. And my wife, she's still adamant in leaving me. She's still staying in California with my daughter and her son-in-law, and my entire family has not spoken to me since the last time I saw you. So I have some questions on. She's wanting out after 4 decades, and I'm not for sure if I should initiate the divorce or she should go ahead and initiate it.
If she want out, let her do it so that the consequences would be on her from God, not from
I
you.
agree.
If you don't want out, but she want out, let her do it.
I don't want out. Okay, so that I understand that. Now the second question, she has not shown any kind of concern for me for the whole 8 months. Not called me, not any of that. And I've reached out, and I knew that if I finally buy a house here, I'm not going to be able to afford the payments on this expensive car that we've had while she was working here. So now, since the car is in her name, she wants it back, and God has blessed me with a home and a new car. Okay, I got all this on my own Social Security income, and I'm doing pretty good. He's blessed me the whole 8 months. The only problem is that I had to travel this journey by myself and become a man. He's shown me, he's allowed me to see the evilness in my family, and I just want to know, do I just move on and just leave them behind and just write them off? None of us called me, and wished me anything, and all I just told them the truth. And out in California, like she's a so-called minister, and she's living with her daughter, and her daughter's son is homosexual. He admitted that he went out the closet, and her daughter is,
What a
staying in the
mess.
house. And, pardon me?
And her daughter what?
And her daughter's had a baby out of wedlock in the house.
Is that your daughter too?
No, her daughter, my granddaughter, and my daughters, my oldest, my middle daughter, she's not talking to me, and the whole family just deserted me, and all I did was tell them the truth.
Why they're not?
Yeah.
Why the why your children? They all adults, right?
Correct.
And why they are not talking to you?
Because they bought into the lie that my wife just told them.
Oh yeah, I've seen that over and over and over and over again. I was just talking to a friend last night, and all his kids are adults now, and he and his wife having problems, and she has turned them against him as well, and so he's going through somewhat the same thing.
Yeah, and even the father-in-law, he won't talk to me, and I've been alone, and I'm good with that. God has blessed me with a home. I got a piece of land, a car. I got insurance. I got a little, I'm doing all right. What do I do now, Jesse? Do I just move on, write them off, and just live my life?
How old are you?
I'm 64 years old.
Amazing. And so you want now that your wife won't talk to you, she won't come back home. According to you, she's turned the children against you. And you want to know what should you do at this point?
Yeah, I mean, should I just move on and say, hey?
What's your other choice?
I don't see any other choice. I see just moving on and just writing her off.
Well, why not just do what is apparent to you?
Now, give me an example of that, Jesse. See, this is important. What's apparent to me, just live.
And why not do that then? If that's apparent to you, why not just do that?
And that's why I'm calling you. If this whole 8 months has been basically doing what's right in front of me. Just do what's the right thing.
Right.
Even when nobody's looking, okay?
So when you ask me what should you do, and I ask you what is your other choice, or what are your other choices, and you have none, then you have no. That's the answer to your life. I mean, doesn't it seem like that's the answer?
Yeah. So I just be patient and I mean, do I meet other people? Do I just wait on my wife?
Wait on. What do you mean wait on her?
I mean, should I hope that perhaps she will turn around and come home?
Why would you hope for something like that? Move
That's
on with
my
your
whole
life and
point.
let God's will be done.
Yeah.
Why would you want a woman back that is refusing to be a woman, according to you, to follow orders and
Okay.
listen to you and do the right thing? Why would you hope for that back into your life?
Okay. Now, this right there. That's the point I need to answer, because if that's and that's the way it is right now. She doesn't want back in, so why not me initiate the divorce so I can move on? Perhaps God will send me someone else, or just sit still and just live. I mean, what if she tries to take my home? What if she does her deceit and do something undercut? I don't know if that'll
How can
happen,
she
but
take
knowing
you
my
home
wife
if she's not with you? How can she do that?
now, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
But are you hoping for her back?
No. I mean, 4 decades of being with a woman, Jesse, it's hard to say. Yeah, at the back of my mind, I would love to see that, but no, not in these conditions. Absolutely.
But why is being with her for a decade? If you feel that way, the only reason you feel that way, you made her your God. She was your mama.
Exactly. I married my mama. Everything. I'm a poster boy. You're exactly right.
It's amazing. So Robert trying to figure out what to do with this mess. Am I right about all that, Robert?
Except the car. God gave me a house and a car. So I'm looking at 2 cars, one in my name and the car that's in her name.
Why is it in her name?
Because when we bought the car, I set up a budget and put a new car in the yard on my budget, and I had to put it in her name because my credit score was 0. And I brought my credit score from 0 to 740. My credit score is 740 right now, and I did it from hard work because I knew what I wanted to do. And I'm trying to help her get her finances in order, but she just challenged me at every corner.
Right.
I got 1 credit card, and I went from 0 to 740, and she's got 5, and her credit score is going down to 500.
Oh, amazing.
When I left California, her bills just started stacking up. I always kept the car 6 weeks in advance paid. All the bills were always in advance. I was doing my job. She just hated it. She would not listen to me. So now this is what she gets, and I'm glad that God pulled me away from her so I can see for myself what I was really dealing with. And I know what I'm dealing with. No, I don't want her back. But at the same time, for decades, laying next to this woman, you have this, you know what I'm talking about, this God-feeling mommy next to you, and that's what it was. And I'm a poster boy, and I want, God has blessed me. He's gave me a house, a car, and a life. He gave me my own will back.
So if it's true that, go ahead. You what now?
He's giving my will back. He's allowing me to take my life. Once I took my life back in control, she got out of control.
And then you say you're calling me for what now?
I want to confirm that I'm on the right track. And I know I am, because this last 8 months, he has taken care of me 100%.
So if you know you are, why you need it confirmed from a human being?
Good question. I guess you have to wean the rest of the beta out of him. How's that?
Beta! Beta male, 60-year-old beta male.
Yeah.
So
not for long. But anyway,
I know you asked me, should you file? Do you believe you need to file for it so that she doesn't take your stuff?
I'm just looking at protecting myself. I hear you talk with so many men, make sure you protect yourself. And I want to protect myself.
From what? What, you want to protect your home and your car and all that?
Yeah, I want to protect my life. I want her not. I want to be disconnected permanently.
So you believe that she's evil enough where she may try to take your stuff away from you? She
would try to disrupt things. Yes.
Well, isn't she a preacher? Didn't you say she's a preacher woman?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How a preacher woman gonna do that?
That's a very good question. A preacher woman with a $48,000 school debt.
Can she take the stuff you got after she left?
No, according to law, since I've been separated from her for 7 months, I got this all on my own. So,
Well, then don't worry about your stuff then, if that's true.
I'm not. I'm not. You know, another reason why I'm calling, because I want other men to see what a beta man is really like, 65-year-old man. I want other men to see
Yeah.
that it's real, and these women are doing this, and with no kind of. And your church meeting yesterday was absolutely right on. Passion and compassion is all weakness.
It is.
It's all of Satan.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a loner, because sometimes I'm very hard when I tell the truth. They don't like that. And I just move on, and that's why I'm a loner. But there's no excuse. I know I'm on the right track, Jesse. My last question, so you move on.
So let's clear that up first before your last question. Okay. So if she wants a divorce and you don't, then, unless she can take your stuff, I would let her file for the divorce. I wouldn't pay a dime for it. And I would not agree, but let her do it. And once she get it, then she have to suffer the consequence, all right?
Correct.
Absolutely. And then as far as your children and your dad-in-law and all those folks, if you know that you're dealing with them in the right way and you're being honest and fair, and they don't want to hear and they don't want to be friends, I'll let them go too. Just let them go. No big deal. Because you can't make someone accept the truth.
Absolutely.
And there's no reason, if your kids, being adults, have decided that they're just going to take the mother's word at what's happening between the two of you and not even come to you to find out what happened, then let them go and suffer too, because they will suffer from listening to the mother, because she will destroy their lives and their marriages as well.
What do you think about a woman wanting to stay and live permanently with their daughter?
They want to control the daughter or the son, and they end up really messing up the marriage because they want control. They want to maintain control over the kids, even as adults, because women are very insecure, and they have to make the world rotate around them, make other people, the world rotate around them in hopes that it would give them a sense of security. So whatever it takes to make the world rotate around them, they will try to do that. So that's all. Your wife is very insecure, and that's why she's living with your daughter, because she got to make sure that, she has control of the daughter. She can't live alone. She can't be by herself.
Right. Now, does a woman ever like that change? Can God change a woman like that?
Absolutely. If they will repent and God will forgive them as they repent for being wrong, of course. But it's the hardest thing. And not all women. There's some women in my church service who are definitely doing this because they understand now. They know what it takes. But the hardest thing in the world for a woman to do, of all races, all over the world, is to admit that she's wrong. That's the last thing. She'll point out everybody else but herself. And even if she admitted, she's not going to go deep in herself and admit it. It's the kind of surface admission.
And all she has to do is just forgive her parents like I did. And that's my last question.
And apologize to your children for turning them against you.
Right. Now, if she did all those things, which is like 2 years down the road, and she wanted back in, would I be allowed to let her back in, or just keep living, or don't even worry about that?
I wouldn't be concerned about something that is not in existence at this point. I mean, take no thought about tomorrow or yesterday.
Exactly.
Just deal with now.
Right.
But you're definitely not supposed to be thinking 2 years down the road, you might be dead. Right. He dead.
My last question, Jesse, and this is one I've always wanted to get a clear understanding. Both my parents been dead years before I understood prayer and forgiveness. And you say, in that case, learn thyself. And that's where I get a little vague at, because I know thyself. I'm beta. I'm bad. I know what I do wrong. How do you mean by know thyself? What do you mean by, do I catch myself when I get angry?
Well, just like you see how weak and beta you are, right? it helped you to understand your father was weak in beta, and that your mother was weak in beta. That's why she imposed on your life and made you subject to her rather than you being subject to your father. Then you end up marrying a woman like your mother. If you can understand that about you, how you are, it helps you to understand them, and that's what would cause you to forgive them, even if they're dead, so that you can have, and your kids would have a better life. But now that your kids are already set up too, they're going to have to repent now as adults because they've been set up. But
Right.
understanding the weakness of yourself and what's driving you, that you're not in control of your own life, it just helped you to understand your parents were not in control of their own life. They were either influenced by evil or influenced by good. And that's what's happening with your wife as well. So if you can help yourself, it will allow you to see that they can help themselves and you won't resent them. And that way you can have enter into the kingdom of heaven. You have a better life on earth.
Absolutely. Right on.
Knowing thyself helps you see the world around you.
Boy, am I seeing it.
But don't hate what you see, though. You can see injustice, but don't hate it. Speak up, but don't resent.
Right.
Are you doing the silent prayer video?
I have not. I've never missed it.
Oh, okay.
Never miss it. It's
But
the most important thing in the morning and the evening.
do you believe you could be at peace without your wife and your kids?
Yes. Yes, because yes.
Then why don't you just live your life then?
I thought I would not, but now I can because God has given me He's showing me I can.
Well, why don't you just go and live your life? Just move on, do what's in front of you. Take no thought about what if. What if doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is now.
Okay, I will do that.
And don't be chasing her. Don't be calling her. Just forget about her. If what you're saying is true, because I'm not there, right? I only have to take your word. And if what you're saying, the problem with men is that they chase after women because they're made women their God, and all that does is make the woman run even more so, make you chase after her. And if she decides to come back, she's going to control you even more so.
Okay.
Because you've chased her down.
So yeah.
And men who chase women are getting what they deserve. Pure hell.
Yep. All right, Justin. Thank you for that.
But go live your life, man. And as far as that car that belongs to, you said it belonged to her, but you paid for the car, right?
Yeah, I've been paying on it.
Are you still paying on it?
No, I stopped paying on it when I got my new car. That's why I transferred everything over to my new car. So it's just she needs to just come and get it. I just want to move it off my property.
If so, it's not paid for yet.
No.
So if she doesn't pick it up, won't the car dealer come and get it?
Yes.
So if she knows that she needs to be paying on it, right?
Yes. The phone is shut off, but she wants to have it shipped all the way from here to California.
But okay, so here's what. Okay, her car is not paid for. You were paying for it before. She left.
Right.
And now it's not being paid for. Why don't you just not worry about it? Let the car dealer pick it up.
That's what I'm going to do.
But you sound like you kind of want to.
No. I already threatened her to tell her to come and get it. They want to come and get it. I told her I'll just take it to the car dealership because I want it off my property. I want it out of here.
Why do you want it off your property? Why don't you leave it there and let the car dealer pick it up? That way she can blame them and not you.
That's an idea.
No,
it's sitting right down next to my car right now with 5 inches of snow on top of it. 5 inches of snow we got this morning.
Don't ever fight a female with a female personality. You fight a female with logic.
Okay.
And so by you wanting to take it down there and turn it into the dealer, that's the way females fight. They burn your clothes and all that crap, right?
Yep.
But logic is if she don't want to be with you, you got her the car, but she's making the payments. And if she's not making the payments, let the dealership pick it up.
All right.
That way you don't have to say, oh, I took it back down there and all that crap.
Yes, sir.
I wish you well, Robert. And you just keep doing the silent prayer. Don't try to force the truth on anyone. And God will be with you. You'll be fine, man. You'll have a life. He'll put people in your life, and it'll just be amazing.
He already has.
Okay, so
thank you, Jesse, for that. I'm glad I got up early this morning. So I'm going to get early and call you before. I was calling 15 minutes before you started, so I want to make sure I talk to you. I want you to have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year, your whole staff.
Thank you, man.
You do great well in your new building.
Thank you.
I'm trying to up my ante in what I give you every month. So.
I appreciate it, Robert, and Merry Christmas to you as well.
I love you, too.
Amazing.
I said hello.
I will. Okay. Thank you, Robert. Amazing. Gotta get up early in the morning to find me a brand new lover. Gotta get up early in the morning to find a new lover.